It is so gnarly sounding. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
This is cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Today we're gonna have some fun with, boom, the Joe Meek gbQ guitar pedal. Now this is a new addition here at the studio. We've been messing around with it this last week and I have to say, it's pretty freaking cool. But before we start getting creative, let's have a look at the controls. The gbQ has two main sections, the Meekqualizer and Distortion, plus a bypass that bypasses both of these circuits, plus the send-receive jacks in the back that we'll get to in a second. The Distortion circuit gives you options of even order harmonics and odd order harmonics, and some controls over each. The odd order harmonics provide a fairly conventional clipping overdrive with a soft button that reduces the harshness of the effect when it's pushed really hard. The structure knob changes the phase of all added harmonics relative to the original signal. So if you sweep it, it acts kind of like a phaser. The even harmonics are similar to that of tube distortion and give you a couple controls. Turning up the Q knob emphasizes a narrow range of frequencies around that set by the tune knob, which concentrates processing on a particular band. Using both the tune and the Q controls together allow the gbQ to bring out a particular part of an overall sound. Normally the distortion channel is before the Meekqualizer, but if you press the post EQ, it puts the entire distortion circuit after the EQ. The Meekqualizer is a 3-band EQ, with the low band being sweepable between 40 Hz and 350 Hz, the mid band between 150 Hz and 2.5 kHz, and the high frequency band between 500 Hz and 7 kHz. And both of these circuits can be used at the same time or independently of each other. The input gain of the preamp goes from 0 dB all the way up to plus 20, which is enough gain for a wide variety of instruments. The output knob sets the overall volume of the Meekqualizer and the distortion circuit. In addition to the standard in and out jacks on the side of the pedal, the gbQ features an XLR direct output with a ground lift and level control, a headphone jack, and in my opinion one of the coolest features, the send and return jacks. This allows you to take other pedals like delays, phaser, chorus, reverb, and insert it into the gbQ circuit. All of this, including the Meekqualizer and the distortion circuit, are controlled by the bypass switch on the top of the pedal. Now we know more about the features, it's time for the fun part. We're gonna create some guitar tones, bass tones, probably gonna put it on some drums too. Basically, we're gonna see how far we can push it. Let's go. Play one time, let's make sure. It's just nasty. Now the fun part. Here, I'll flip these. I'll flip it so the arpeggio's on this side so you can hear it better. All right, play. Well, the low end on this EQ is actually kind of cool. Okay, cool. This is so gnarly sounding. was that other rhythm you were working on? Okay. Like this odd order harmonics. There's kind of a sweet spot in the middle where it jumps. That's a cool distortion. All right. You cool with this kind of tone? Sure. That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
It's really gnarly. Hey, leave beat 3 out, but don't, just play it the way you were doing it. Yeah. Ooh. If I can see it more gnarly. And this tune button is crazy. Make it punishable. Punish him.
All right. So
that's pretty cool. Dude. I love this EQ. This is actually a really cool EQ. All right, man. 2 bars. You'll hear the messed up hits.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is my new favorite, like, distortion fuzz kind of pedal. Holy crap, this is nasty. One thing that's been kind of fun about this gbQ is it has odd and even order harmonics, and you can push them to the max, and you have some tone shaping ability there, plus the EQ. But what we noticed the other night when we were actually just playing around with this for the very first time to see what could happen, the fun part was when you get the pedals interacting, and it really makes this thing a creative tool. And it doesn't have to be all this distorted, it's just, I think it sounds cool, so we're pushing it there.
I don't mind that at all.
There's the snoring in the background. I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. Because that was actually kind of cool.
Oh, that's a pretty even waveform.
I mean, there's enough distortion. That is the good thing about adding distortion is this is natural compression.
It's natural compression.
So here's what we have for the bass tone. So first off, just play. We're plugged. Where are you plugged into? Going into the tuner, which is going straight into the pedal.
Yeah.
We are not using. We still have all this stuff hooked up, but it's off. Everything is off there.
Yeah.
So really, we're just using the gbQ. So play. This is just the bass tone. Here's the distortion. I'm really only using the odd order harmonics. The even order sounded cool, but it kind of makes the note sloppy. Then there's some EQ.
Yeah. It's actually without the distortion, it's even a cool EQ.
Oh yeah. That's a cool tone. We are not running the bass through an amp. It is coming out the DI. There is a direct out in the back of this. There's so many pedals here. There's also a headphone out so you can listen via headphones. But we are just going straight out the DI, right into the Trident console, right into a pre, and that's it. No amp. Nada.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Doing a little printing of some cool effects.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. There we go. We finished tracking drums, and we weren't going to do any of the distortion experimenting tonight, but as it always is, let's just try one thing. Leads into trying a ton of things, so we're actually doing a little bit of printing on a few parts. We've been playing around with, what do we got? What is this? The RV6, the Boss Reverb, a TC Electronic Echo Brain. And all of this is plugged into the gbQ, and it's all in the effects loop on the Joe Meek pedal, and we're running a lot of distortion. And some of the sounds are really cool. But so far, this has been a lot of fun using that Joe Meek pedal. The distortion on it's really freaking cool. It's been a fun I would say it's been a fun creative device, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to print all this, and we'll do kind of a mix breakdown and put it all together and see how she sounds.